From Brooks Koepka destroying Matthew Wolff's confidence and hurting his game, to Ian Poulter going after top executives, here's how infighting in LIV Golf might destroy the league. LIV's future has been up in the air ever since the merger between the two enemies. A lot of folks think the tour will just end, or get absorbed by PGA. Yes, that's something to worry about, but there's something else that's destroying the league: the constant infighting. You see, Matthew Wolff and Brooks Koepka have an ongoing feud, and it's not exactly in the best interest of the league. Things between the two guys have been strained as hell, and that's a problem because both guys represent the same team, Smash Golf Club on the LIV circuit. Here's the deal: Wolff withdrew from the final round of a tournament and sits 25th in LIV standings. This is simply unacceptable to his teammate, Brooks, who went off on the guy, saying, "I mean, when you quit on your round, you give up and stuff like that, that's not competing. I'm not a big fan of that. You don't work hard." He also said it's tough to have this kind of team dynamic when you've got one guy who won't work, won't put in any effort, will quit the course, break clubs, and use bad body language. It's so darn tough for Brooks that he's practically given up on Matthew. He claimed that Matthew's got a lot of talent, but he's out there wasting it away. Look, it doesn't matter if you're on Wolff's side or not, Koepka is one hell of a player, and he's the team captain. So he's the last person a player would want to upset, and Matthew's done just that, which sucks, doesn't it? Because at one point, the 24-year-old was considered one of America's finest golf prospects. But in 2021, the guy opened up about his mental health struggles. He said that things got bad to the point where he just didn't want to get out of bed. So after going through all of this, hearing his captain go off on him like this must have hurt. That's exactly why his response was so full of disappointment. Here's what Matthew says about Brooks' criticism. "I heard what our captain Brooks Koepka said, and it was beyond disappointing to me." Yikes, not gonna lie here, folks, but this makes me feel bad for the guy. He claimed that when he chose to join Brooks' team in 2023, he did it with optimism, and that he was excited to make himself at home at Team Smash. He was also looking forward to being an equally important player for the team, and learning from a player as good as Brooks. Wolff feels that just like everyone who's played this game at the highest level, he's had competitive moments too. He also admitted that he knew he let his team down. Matthew also asked fans to take a look at his challenges on and off the course before judging him for his bad play, since he deals with them every day. On the bright side though, Wolff said that he feels like he's making progress. While the 2023 season hadn't been going the way he'd hoped, the player said he's made progress, and he feels that his game is getting better. Unfortunately, just when Matthew started feeling good about himself again, Brooks went ahead and made all those comments about him. It was heartbreaking to hear that his team's captain had given up on him. Like, come on, no one wants to hear that. I think we can all admit that Brooks could have worded his criticism differently. Now, because of all this, a lot of fans think that Matthew is going to switch sides, but not going anytime soon though. Thanks to LIV's rules, there's no way he can change the team mid-season. But then, thanks to Brooks' words, a change at the end of the season is inevitable. While this beef is going to hurt LIV and create problems for the league, the truth is, there's a feud that started long before LIV was even a thing that could destroy the league for good. Yep, this one includes Brooks Koepka too, but this time he's beefing with Bryson DeChambeau. With the merger, the league's already walking on thin ice. In January of 2019, Koepka, being himself, commented on golfers taking their time during the Dubai Desert Classic. This guy just can't shut up to save his own life. He said that he didn't understand how it takes 1 minute and 20 seconds to hit a ball. It's not that difficult. At the same time, videos of Bryson's extremely slow play were going viral. So of course, he knew that Brooks was talking about him, and the guy got defensive. How did Bryson go about the entire thing? He confronted Koepka's caddy and told him that if Brooks has an issue with Bryson's slow play, then he needs to man the hell up and say it to his face. DeChambeau also said that Koepka's criticism against him made him a meme on social media, and folks started making fun of his slow play. Koepka, on the other hand, said that the problem wasn't with one person, but with the general cadence of play. Here's what Koepka said. "It's not just him. I know he feels singled out, but it's not just him." Brooks justified his comments by saying that there are a lot of guys out there for whom this is an issue. But then, the beef that started on the course went online too. Koepka was featured in the body issue of ESPN the magazine, where he was, naked. During a Twitch live stream in January 2020, Bryson talked about the magazine and made fun of Brooks's body. He said the Photoshop proved that Brooks didn't have any abs. He also told his audience, "I got some abs." Koepka was going to fire back. He put up a post on Twitter showing off his 4 trophies. Bryson only has 1, and told him that he was right. He was just too short of a 6-pack. Well, considering how Koepka just won another trophy, he's only 1 short of a 6-pack now. He also did an interview in 2020 and made fun of Bryson's scientific approach to each shot. But then what happened in 2021 was pure gold. While Koepka was speaking during a post-match conference, Bryson walked through the shot behind him, which pissed him off so much that he rolled his eyes and cursed on camera. He then said he lost his train of thought hearing that BS. Bryson, of course, chimed in, telling Koepka that it's nice to be living in his head rent-free. The feud had gone on long enough, and by 2020, they decided it was time to call a truce. They both joined LIV Golf, and being defectors together really helped them put an end to their feud. Because it would have been terrible for the league. I'm not saying that they don't hate each other's guts, but what I am saying is that they're doing one hell of a job pretending they don't. Because 2022 was a tough year for the league. The PGA folks brought out the families of the victims of 9/11 to make their argument that Saudi Arabia, who backs LIV, has no place in golf. Then, super important people like Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods would also take shots. So, all in all, the league had too much to deal with, and 2 of its best players had to put their troubles aside to support it. An actual sign that their beef was finally over was when DeChambeau and Koepka played together. Koepka also went on Instagram to talk about how they've squashed their beef. So, this was the infighting that's been happening. But the infighting that's to come will be much worse. Ian Poulter said that for LIV and PGA to coexist, top-level executives must get fired. He meant that since they'll have a bias, they need to be replaced with entirely new people. Ian also said that the LIV format is loved by fans, so it's best to keep it alive. Lee Westwood, another LIV golfer, called the PGA folks hypocrites for merging with LIV after saying all that stuff about the league. I mean, you've got people like Cameron Smith saying that LIV's not going anywhere, so I guess we should trust the pros here, right? Because aside from the millions the Saudi-backed tour offered to the players, you gotta admit, LIV tried to change the face of golf. But the traditional tours give their players a cold shoulder, really crucified the greats beyond repair, calling people like Ian and Lee defectors for simply wanting a more competitive environment in golf. It wasn't how you'd expect the top guns of golf to behave. But then again, the current feuds? Yeah, they're gonna hurt LIV a lot. But the feuds that are to come between the LIV and the PGA players, they're gonna hurt the entire game of golf. So, there you have it. From Ian Poulter going after top-level execs, to Brooks Koepka destroying Matthew Wolff's confidence and hurting his game, that's how infighting in LIV Golf might just destroy the league.